people do not have equal opportunities. We have a great example of Abdul Kalam, was born in a poor family, did not have the opportunity to go to a regular school, had to walk 5 kilometers a day in order to reach that school, and found it very difficult in order to get that education which was necessary for him. What did he do? He used that little platform of the school that he went to and was able to rise and became a great scientist of India and finally became the president of India too. So, what is it that we learn from this great personality? It's not where you start from or where you aspire, but what you actually endeavor in order to reach that position. So some people have an advantage. They have great education availability because of their parenting or because of the ability for parents to be able to give you the kind of education that you have. Second, the opportunity to be able to get into great institutions of merit that you do. But what is it that actually leads to the success of all these people over a period of time is something that we all must learn and master. Why do we need all of us to master? Wo karega, ye karega, ye karega. I just need a simple life that we want. And that is enough for me to live my life. And if I have that little satisfaction, it is okay. But that's not what India is. That is not what Bharat is going to be. Because we are already today the 4th richest country in the world, not per capita. But in terms of total GDP, we are now the 4th. We also have the opportunity that we have grown in the last 5 to 6 years, where in the last 10 years, where we have moved from the 10th position to the 4th position. It couldn't happen just by magic. It's not. It's a lot of effort put in by lots of people at the political level, at the bureaucratic level, at the industry level, at the inventors level, all the levels, and by youngsters like you who have provided the technology, the idea, the leadership. Today, Indians are looked up all over the world. You go to America and you see so many of the CEOs of multinationals, leading companies to be Indians or of Indian origin. That's an opportunity. So when you reach here, what is the secret behind all that? It is not you go to a classroom, the teacher teaches all 30 students, 50 students, 60 students, or whatever is the number of students. How many of them actually stand out or actually succeed? Or how many make that super success? Do you want to be one of those 30, 40 who are just ordinary students who came out of IIM? Or do you want to be those few brilliant ones that really make it to the top position of this world? That's a decision that you have to take. Are the most cleverest students reaching the top? Or are they the super successes of the world? No. It's not necessary that the most brilliant ones are the super successes in the world. Many of them have failed, have suffered, have had pitfalls, and the other is. What makes that very great difference is something that we all need to study as we start this institution and we benchmark ourselves in order to move out into the world. Because there is a method in making success of your life. There is a methodology by understanding that we really need to make a difference. And that is the reason why we see ordinary people turning extraordinary. I mentioned Abdul Kalam, but we have plenty of others in this country that have made a lot of difference. So we start with the fact that we are going to make a growth story in the next couple of years, and we are targeting that by the year 2030, we will become the third or second highest GDP in the world. Simultaneously to the world, the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, day before yesterday, he was visiting Canada. And amongst various things that he said, it's a brilliant speech. If you get a chance, please have a hearing of it. What he made a speech in Canada, and he made it in Hindi. And it was translated to all the people, and the Indian diaspora were present over there. And amongst various things that he said, that it's not only going to be the technology of the country which is going to stand up. We are going to be the skilling capital of the world. And it is my target to see that not only the technology and the management people who have ruled the roost, or the doctors or the engineers who have gone to various countries and taken leadership, but we are going to create skills which are going to be taking up all the rest of the world. So, his thought is already ahead of anything that has happened till today. All what I told you is already happened. But he's already visioning what is the new thing that we need to do. So he says, I'm going to export all possible skills that are there. And he talks about nursing skills, he talks about construction working skills, he talks about all the various skills that are possibility. So in each item of endeavor, there is an opportunity of growth that is fantastic to them. So I am delighted to come over here to talk to these young people who are going to start their education at the graduate level, at the postgraduate level. And I think it's wonderful. I'm very, very grateful to IIM for having invited me here to speak to you over here. It's a pleasure and privilege to meet the new youth live there. What are the focus areas that are going to happen? Prime Minister says, my future is going to be youth-led. It is going to be technologically driven. We are going to create policies which enable us, and we are at that inflection point. We are going to be the centers to receive global capital. There will be AI disruption. And I will pause for a moment in this talk. There were 2-3 places where I had an opportunity to meet various people, and they were discussing that in which area are we going to be influenced by AI. They should have talked to you, because you know it already, right? Do you use AI? How many don't use your AI? How many use AI? Okay, so congratulations. Just to share with you, there is no field of activity in the next 5 years which is going to be not affected with AI. For the simple reason that AI is like just one other tool. Just like the internet is a tool, the comp is a tool, the mobile phone is a tool, the AI is also a tool. In the next couple of years, the use of AI will be driven across every aspect of teaching, learning, every aspect of business, every aspect of finance, every items of industry. It sounds very sexy. Only 2 million people will lose jobs. So it's not easy. What does it mean? It means that you and I have to learn that today it's AI. Earlier it was computers. After 5 years, there will be something else. What you have to learn here today in the institution of IIM is not only about introducing and getting into AI. You're already into it and you have learned how to apply it. The secret will be, how do you understand that when changes take place in that industry and you've already worked in it for 5-10 years, how will you then use the new change, which I don't know what it is going to be. You don't know, your teachers don't know, the country doesn't know, the Prime Minister doesn't know, the scientists don't know. But something new will come. 5 years ago, did anybody know AI is coming? No. 25 years ago, did we know the internet was coming? 30 years ago, did we know that computers and mobile phones and things like that would come? No. So, the thing to learn is not only AI, which you have to learn. There is no option to that. And you will learn it. You're already into it. You've learned some applications and you have to take it forward. What you have to learn is when there is a change, how do you face that new change? Forget you. 2 million Indians who are already having jobs full time are going to be out of job in the next 5 years. Simply because AI will take it over. So a lot of people who are doing simple jobs in terms of activity, and I'm not going to talk about it, it is in every field of activity that is going to get affected. Over here, that is important. If you learn just one important thing in this college in the next 2 years, and that will be how to manage change. If you can learn that, it will serve you all your life, not only in the business that you do or the profession that you take up, but it will also help you to live life itself. Because life is about change management. When you first start life, when you're beginning your career, you're beginning your profession, you're taking items of innovation that you want to do. In 5 years from now, the environment changes, the market changes, the opportunities open, new things will come about its way, and all those things are going to do. The other major change which is taking place rapidly in India is infrastructure. Today, what is the major change in infrastructure? Today, 10 years ago, we did 4 kilometers of national highway per day. Actually, it was 2. Today, we do 35 kilometers of national highway per day. This change is huge and humongous because the entire environment and landscaping of our country looks different. Let's talk about the Mumbai region that you are here just now in. We had, those who are familiar to Mumbai, now 190 kilometers of Western Railway, Central Railway and Harbour Line. 190 kilometers for 65 years. In the next 2 years, we will add 300 kilometers of metro. From 190 for 65 years to 300 kilometers of metro in the next 2 years will be completed in 2 years. Will it make a change to everything that we have seen and done in the last couple of years? Answer is, of course, yes. How will it make a change in any of the activity that we are doing? Good question. I don't have all the answers. What is it going to do for the real estate business, which I am part of? Hugely make a difference. And I'm supposed to predict it because we invest billions of dollars in activities in the real estate business. So something which I don't know and the paradigm is already happening, I still don't have all the answers, but I better know the answers, otherwise I'll be out of my business. That's the kind of rapidity of change that is taking place in the Mumbai region. We're already having a second airport which is going to open this year. And what has happened for the first time in the history of Mumbai region, before the second airport is ready, they are already planning a third airport. हिंदुस्तान में ऐसे कभी हुआ ही नहीं था. 50 साल के बाद जो थर्ड एयरपोर्ट आएगा, अभी तो बोल रहे हैं कि ये एयरपोर्ट जो नया है वो भी भर जाएगा और तीसरा एयरपोर्ट 10 साल के अंदर जरूरत पड़ेगी. Can you imagine the growth? And that airport has got double the runway which Santa Cruz has got, and it is going to have 3 times the capacity of the old Santa Cruz airport. But still, we expect that in 10 years there. India has given the largest number of orders for planes in the entire world. 1,600 new planes will be inducted. In the next 4 years, we will double the number of airports in India. What am I trying to point out with? Whatever your thoughts were and whatever your learnings were in the last 5 years, the changes which are going to come up for you in the future are going to be so radical and change that it's not fun. I was talking to some banks and financial institutions that are working today. We were talking about the difference that everything in technology has made a change. how they have now increased their business 20-fold and they have reduced the number of people working to half. You heard that? How much is the business increase? 20-fold. How much is the number of people required? I was looking forward to the job in that bank because my mom, my aunt, my brother, my sister, my uncle and all work in these banks. Everything has changed. Suddenly, technology is taking a difference and giving a hit to the entire banking and financial system, wherein you think you're getting into the financial system and working into a bank in a methodology that you already knew what was familiar. Oh no, not at all. The new system which is existing today is going to be technology driven. It's going to be hugely different. The way you worked on it, and a lot of people will find it extremely difficult to do it because it's going to be technology different in terms of this thing. However, that gives you bigger opportunity. Bigger opportunity to those who are willing to learn technology. Those who understand what the opportunities are. And in the next decade, I see, did I touch something? Thank you. So we see a lot of opportunities and new careers and new roles. AI and automation is one. Climate change, sustainability is not. Many of my customers who come to me for office premises now ask me a question. Not what is the square foot, not how pretty that elevation is, not how many parking facilities are available. They're asking me, is your building sustainable? Kabhi suna tha? Building can be sustainable. Answer is, discover it. If you don't discover it, you'll be out of business in the next 10 years, at least in the commercial office space. Space tech is going to change. All our talk which we have done and connectivity that we have is going to be space tech driven. Biotech. Today, already in hospitals and other regions, technology is going to enter, and a large number of treatments that you're going to do is going to be technology driven. I'm not going to get into the details of all that, but what I'm trying to say is that there are newer opportunities while the old opportunities are lost. So think different, think new, think possibilities of what are the new opportunities to do as compared to what it used to be there. Another important aspect. In the early days, I became a chartered accountant by qualification. And in those days, when I passed my qualification, at least for 15 years, मुझे ज़्यादा कोई सीखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती थी. I used to read up a little bit and I used to be quite up to date with the knowledge. Today, a new chartered accountant who becomes a chartered accountant, if he doesn't regularly update himself on a regular basis, he's going to be out of date within 2 to 3 years, even though he stood first in the chartered accountancy examination. That is the rapidity which changes are taking place. Construction too, we have a large amount of changes which are taking place, which are undeliverable, which are strong, which is there. In education, it's already started, and you're going to see much more than you can believe. The teaching learning sector, the online learning system is going to be there now, inducted, whether in your institution or otherwise. And the advantage of that will be the fact that we can shift from a graduation, post-graduation, PhD degree to lifelong learning. This is the big change that is going to take place. I'm 75 years old today. I am still learning. If I stop learning, I will stop growing, I will stop improving, and I will certainly not be able to be up with our times and competitive in the marketplace. The banking system that I talked to you about is going to shift from branches to blockchains. That is the new change that is going to take place, and you'll be surprised how strongly that works, because from end to end, every transaction will be there. So what is going to be your biggest asset? Adaptability to change is going to be your biggest asset in the next 10 years, as distinguishing from being very good at one thing that you do. You have to now see that you not only are very good at what you do, but you also have to be ready to be good at something which you don't know is coming. Whatever is the new thing coming in the future, you have to learn to be ready to become very good at the new thing that is coming. Very interesting, isn't it? कुछ पता ही नहीं है वो कौन आने वाला है. Even then I have to adapt with it. So this is like marriage, You don't know who's coming, but you have to adapt with that part of it. But you have to be ready for that marriage, only not in marriage, but in everything in life that you do. You have to adapt yourself similar to what has happened in the marriage. I had 50 years of marriage, so I can tell you, huge amount of adaptation has to be done for marriage. And same thing you have to now do year on year in your career and business and education that you are there. I keep on repeating on AI, and I'm going to repeat it many times, so don't get bored on it. It's important, that's why I'm doing it. AI is not the future. It is the present, and it will reshape every business and industry. Every sector, my sector, real estate, education, health, logistics, media, everything is being redefined. It's not just being done in a manner. It's being redefined. The industry itself will be redefined because of AI. Because a lot of normal activity which you do in that sector will get done. The objective will get done. But it will not be done in the same manner in which it was done 5 years ago. That's the rapidity to which is there. The other part of it is the most interesting. And all of you should be ready for it. All of you means every one of you. We have to start thinking about innovation, invention, and change. Innovation is not invention. Innovation is not invention. Innovation is about improvement in everything that you do. That is innovation. Invention is creating a new product. Today, when I do activity, it's like I'm making a building. मकान तो वही है. 40 साल पहले भी हीरानंदानी मकान बनाया, अभी भी मकान बना रहे. क्या फर्क है? मकान ही बना रहे हैं. Shockingly, there's two different animals completely. The methodologies have changed, the materials have changed, the equipment to construct have changed, the sustainability aspects have changed, the kind of sourcing of materials have changed, the methodology of financing of the projects have changed, the marketing of projects have changed. So everything has changed. बहुत difficult है. सोचना पड़ेगा. रियल एस्टेट बहुत अच्छा दिखता है दूर से, लेकिन अंदर जाओ तो बहुत तकलीफ है. Anyway, I'm into it. I'm enjoying it thoroughly, and I've succeeded in it, so I'm very happy. Now let's do something which is different. What have I talked about? It's more about outside. It's more about what is it that you as students should do? My thought of communicating with you. First, fantastic asset. I love it. Last week, they told me that you were on this phone more than 5.5 hours a day. Damn dangerous. You know why? Because it distracts you from learning how to focus. Try and see if you can learn to focus on what you do and not get distracted like this. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm trying very hard to reduce my exposure to this animal, but it's difficult. I know that, and I'm sure that it is for you also. What you really need to do is the activity that you're taking up, whether it's your studies, whether it is some other opportunity of work in the future, the learning of focus is the most important thing in this distractive world. The world is full of distraction and you have to learn to focus. This was my number 20th point a couple of years ago before this distraction existed. Today, it's the number 1 point. Learn to focus. If you don't, it's not there. In the digital world, there is not only distraction, but there is also lack and too much noise on each subject. अभी वॉर जंग चल रहा है मिडिल ईस्ट में, ट्रम्प कुछ बोल रहा है, कल रात को कुछ बोल दिया. There is so much noise on the internet. We can spend unlimited time listening to the noise. We want actually to have clarity. So try and find out where you get some of that information and just close that subject completely. The idea is to learn how to close subjects also. This is especially because we are distracted with the world that is important to do. The other part of it is working on innovation. I just mentioned to you that we need to innovate everything that we do. Yesterday, when I was marketing, I did it in a particular way. We had a certain budget and the methodology of marketing was different. Today, we needed to change it. So for instance, I'll give you an example. We spent 60% of our budget on print media and hoardings. Today, we spend only 15% of my budget on print media and hoardings. Even though you see so many hoardings, there are lots of others now. So you see many of them. But in reality, the expenditure that we are doing for the purposes of marketing has reduced tremendously. Why? Because we have now the internet, we have social media, we have other systems of communication and marketing, and that is the big change which is taking place in terms of it. So I'm just giving you one example. You can pick up any activity of finance, of marketing, of construction, of project management, of working on any ideas and thought process, and everything is there. The other part of it is we have to learn to become, in the world of business and this new world, a person who is not a person who picks up problems, but learns to be a problem solver. There's traffic in this area. What is the solution to the problem that we have? There is congestion that we have, whatever it is. We have now got COVID. What is the solution to the problems? So one of the things as management people should be learning is that when you go out in the world, learn to be problem solver. Problem solver. Think of a solution to the problem. हमको ये तकलीफ है. Of course, किसको तकलीफ नहीं है? कुछ ना कुछ तो तकलीफ सबको है ना. लेकिन आपके पास कोई solution है वो problem की. Then what happens is people will look up to you and say, this person is a solution provider. And that is the difference which a management person is there. Technology is a tool. Use it, don't abuse it. Your solutions may come faster using technology is there. Stay curious. Be curious about new ideas, new thoughts, new tools, everything. Not just AI and blockchain. They are the larger segment. But all the other smaller thing is also important. The construction कैसे होता है? Why this change is making a difference in terms of marketing? What is it that is there? My big thought of all of you, my thought also when I was your age, मैं कमाई कितना करूँगा? Very important. It is very important. And it will still be very important for each and every one of you, not for you, but for me. I want to just put a thought on it, which will come much later in the day, or maybe after 5 years of what it is, but let it be at the back of the mind. There must be a purpose to what we are doing. Many times people just get into a thing and they say, ये तो कमाई करने के लिए ही मैं कर रहा हूँ. But if you blend it with a purpose in life, and don't worry if this doesn't sink into your mind today, just listen to it as एक कोई बोल के चले गया, पर 10 साल के बाद, 5 साल के बाद, this will make some meaning to you, and it makes a great meaning to me today, and that is why I'm speaking to you today. I have a purpose in my life in order to come to you. So even at age 75, I must come and speak to you, must say that I want to teach you something which I feel would make a difference to you and to the rest of the lives that are around. No substitute for hard work. आप कहां भी पहुंच जाएंगे, प्रधानमंत्री बन गए, वो भी हार्ड वर्क करते हैं, ऑर्डिनरी काम करते हैं, वो भी हार्ड वर्क करना चाहिए. If you don't learn the grit of hard work, of course, party hard. I'm not saying that. All of you party hard, I hope. All those who party hard, please put up your hand. आधे लोग नहीं करते हैं. You can't. You must party hard. Work hard and party hard also. Nothing wrong with that. But when you work hard, you must work extremely hard. And if you work very hard, your success story is 100%. There is no question. And there is no shortcuts to making big successes in life, which are there as far as. The other thing important to learn in life is hurdles. मुझे ये तकलीफ आ गई, हमारे घर में पैसे नहीं है, मेरे पास कैपिटल नहीं है, मेरे पास ये कुछ नहीं है, मेरी ताकत इतनी नहीं है, मेरी मेमोरी इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, वो स्टूडेंट मेरे आगे है, उसके पास ये ज्यादा है, उसके पास गाड़ी है, घर है, घोड़ा है, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. The super successes of the world never believed in that. Never. They never bothered about what they had. It was they looked up and said, where do I want to aspire to be? And got on to the mission to the moon. Once you have that mission and ambition to be done, there is nothing there. But there are plenty of setbacks in life. कोई भी सक्सेसफुल आदमी आपको बताया ना कि मेरी जिंदगी में सेटबैक्स नहीं हुए, तो he is a bloody liar. Okay? So remember that all successful people, including me, had a lot of setbacks. मैं उसकी कहानी शुरुआत करूं तो पूरा दिन निकल जाएगा कि what setbacks Niranjan Hiranandani had. Let's not bother about it. And I'm glad that the person who introduced me, the young lady, only talked about my super successes which has happened. Thank you very much for that. If she had told you that, you would have cried for me. Instead of clapping for me, you would have cried for me. So everybody has a setback. Everybody falls down. Everybody has hurdles. Be ready for those hurdles and setbacks. Those are your impediments which makes you remember that there is somebody called God also. तो हम भगवान को भी भूल जाते हैं. जो लोग खाली सक्सेस हो जाते हैं ना, मैं सक्सेस बन गया. Doesn't understand that the ultimate destiny lies in the hands of somebody, including birth and death. Now, anybody wants to know how to be successful 100%? Only 3. Then call you all separately. No, little more. 20, 30. For those who want to know super successful. If you want to become super successful, I'm giving you a guaranteed lesson. 100%. Nobody who has used this has ever failed. You have a double advantage to use it, and I'm going to share this knowledge with you. And no successful person will ever tell you this secret. So you have an advantage that I am sharing my secret in life with you. The secret in life is 1% improvement every day. It doesn't matter where you are, how you are, when you are, or what you are. If you learn to improve yourself 1% in everything that you do, very easy to do. I'm running this much distance. Can I improve myself 100%? Yes. I am reading 100 pages. Can I read 101 pages? I'm working 1 hour, can I work 1% more time? If I'm studying a little more, can I improve myself 1% in my capability or ability to do so? All successful people improve themselves 1% every day for every day of their life. And they find it extremely easy to do that 1% improvement. The people who don't want to be successful don't improve themselves 1% every day. If I have walked out of this room and I've come back tomorrow, I want to make my next lecture 1% better in my next lecture to you. If I'm making a building today as compared to the 500 buildings that I made yesterday, my next building has to be better than that 500 buildings which I have made yesterday. If there is any other activity that I want to do, I will look after my health, I want to check my weight, I want to see and take care of that whole thing. I will improve myself in that direction there. You make love, next time you make love, promise yourself you will improve making love to your parents, to your spouses, to your girlfriends, to your boyfriends, 1% better than you made last time. Can you imagine how much better you will be a lover of at the end of 1 year if you continue to improve yourself in loving each other? How much will you improve in a year?
37 37
365% in a year, and in 10 years? How much? Nobody talked. This was supposed to be interactive. 3,000? Wrong. Compound interest. Compound interest. It goes to more than 20,000. If you improve yourself 1% every day for 10 years of your life, you will get an improvement which is unbelievable. That is how ordinary people become extraordinary, while extraordinary people remain there and they think they are extraordinary. हमको कोई तरक्की करने की जरूरत नहीं है, हम तो पहुंच गए हैं वहां. लेकिन the truth is, the ordinary person feels मुझे तो ऊपर जाना है. I have to succeed. I have to move forward. If that is the way that you think and go ahead with, that is the way you will become a super success. So if any one of you or all of you want to become super successes in their life, only improve yourself 1% every day at least. If you can do that in every activity that you do, whether you're cooking, make a better food, cook which you do. Whether you're dancing, dance better, more aggressively. Do everything that you're doing. Anything and everything that you do, let's see that if you can really do it. The final thoughts. Leadership. You're not only going to do innovation, business and others, but you're going to be leaders tomorrow. Couple of things you need to think about. Don't bother about it today, but it will be useful 10 years later. Leadership is about vision. That's where you see the Prime Minister. It's about innovation and change. And it's about character. Character. There was a person, friend of mine, Mr. Ratan Tata, he died last year. When his name came in the papers, they didn't talk about the amount of wealth that he had. They talked about his character. People remember him more than the multi-billionaires who have died in life because he had a character of honesty, integrity, and truth. So one day, when you grow up, please remember, build along with your money and prosperity, your character. The future belongs to those people who act boldly, think ethically, and lead with a purpose. कुछ मन में होना चाहिए, हम वहां कुछ पहुंचना चाहते हैं, हम कुछ काम करना चाहते हैं, हम देश के लिए करना चाहते हैं, हमारे कंपनी के लिए करना चाहते हैं, प्रोफेशनली हमारे लाइफ के लिए करना चाहते हैं. So today you have the background, which is your education. You have the great opportunity, which is the growth of the country. Go and build a great future. Build it for yourself. Build it for your family. Build it for India. build it for Bharat, build it for the world. All of you have a great opportunity. All that growth, opportunity, you see in the story of our beloved Prime Minister. Prime Minister चाय वाला था. क्या था? क्या था? चाय वाला था. बना क्या? प्रधानमंत्री, प्राइम मिनिस्टर बना. कैसे बना? कुछ जादू किया क्या? उसने कुछ जादू किया? Is there anything in the story of the Prime Minister which shows that he did chamatkar or he was born in a family which made him Prime Minister of India? No, he didn't. He grew every single day of his life and he still continues to work hard in order to grow, in order to do. Don't look up to the Prime Minister and say what a great Prime Minister he is in. Learn from what he has become, and his story is the most important story of our lives. Emulate what he has done in terms of character. Emulate what he has done in terms of growth that he's doing. Look at the vision this man has got. Look at this thing. वो भी भूल कर सकता है. I'm not saying he's infallible. Nobody is infallible. Don't worry, because people say, देखो वो तो गलती किया उन्होंने, कौन गलती नहीं किया? लाइफ में सब लोग करते हैं, हम भी करते हैं, हम भी गिरते हैं. इससे क्या होगा? But look at the life and listing and try and learn from that. People read the Gita, but they don't follow it. But you are students, you have that opportunity. The country is fantastic. I'm speaking to you because I see great people in each one of you. The opportunity of India is wonderful and the future is beautiful. So, I wish you well. My heartiest congratulations for entering the portals of IIM Mumbai. It's a great place and a great learning place. And have fun, enjoy your life, of course, but study hard too. Make a great future. Keep on improving every day of your life in every possible way that you can. And remember that this is for you and you alone. And you will be benefited the most if you follow some of the thoughts which these great leaders have had in our country. And we have examples of all of them, successful people, super successes with this day. Wish you well. Have a great day. Thank you.